Hello, this is Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're working on the third set of Christmas DIYs. The first one is the Winter Wonderland. I'm using this box sign from Dollar Tree. They have them during that 3 year. I got a Thanksgiving one here, or October. And I'm going to do 2 coats of the Waverly white paint on top. And I cut down some plaid paper for the sides. You can use what's on there if you like that color. I just want it to be more Christmassy. And I'm using my art glitter glue to glue down the paper to the sides here. And I'm using those little miniatures from Dollar Tree that has a little camper and a little truck, plus some miniature trees that Dollar Tree carries as well. Once your paper is dry, I cut down this vinyl decal with my Cricut. You can use stickers from the Dollar Tree or just leave it blank. It's up to you. Just a decoration. I'm having a little trouble here with I think my transfer tape is a little old or something. I haven't used my Cricut in who knows how long. But I'm getting back to it. I'm using the larger image from the back of the 2020 calendar. It has Explorer and a bunch of pine trees, and I'm using my finger blade to cut that out that I glued onto the cardboard. You don't have to use this image from the calendar. You can go online and pick another image. I believe these are like 3 by 3. So anything that you want to add to this little sign is up to you. Added a piece of Jenga block on the back to give it more space to glue down to the base. And here are the little truck and camper that I'm just gonna use a little bit, I think, the hot glue to put it onto the base. And then I have another little camper to the side, so it looks like a little camping ground. Now I'm arranging these little mini trees. They're about 1 inch tall from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint the base white because I believe they're gold now. After I have arranged it and like the way it is looking, I go back and glue all my pieces down with the hot glue gun. Now I'm using some of the lightweight spackling from Dollar Tree as snow, and I'm using my little spatula, whatever I have here. It's one of those pokey tools from Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just adding some the spackling here and there to make it look like it has been snowing. Instead of the spackling, Dollar Tree has that new, to me new, the faux snow that's sort of glittery. So you can add some Mod Podge and add that snow instead of the spackling. I hope I inspire others to work on something similar to this. Dollar Tree has a bunch of miniatures that you can use and a bunch of frames that you can use as bases. So the sky's the limit when it comes to these little miniatures. Here it is finished, and then I'm showing the one I did last year. It's just a little different look. And now onto the Noel sign. I'm using some Jenga blocks for these. For each letter, I'm doing 3 blocks, and I'm cutting also the same plaid paper that from the previous project to fit on top of the 3 Jenga blocks that they're already dried. And in front of me there, I have one that I made last year with different colors as well. We're going to get 10 Jenga blocks. We're going to glue them in pairs of 2, and then glue those 2 together, so you have 5 rows of 2. And that's going to be the base for the Noel sign. And once that's drying, I'm getting the paper and gluing them on to the 3 Jenga blocks that we had glued at the beginning. I didn't wait for the blocks to set up, so that's why they fell apart when I moved them again. Just be patient, the glue dries. Once again, I'm using my art glitter glue to glue the paper onto the blocks. And this glue dries pretty quickly. And some of the little papers came out a little bit bigger, so I'm going to be using my sanding block to make those papers even with the blocks. I said a lot of blocks today. On this one, I left the blocks holding the letters natural. I wanted that look. And then I paint the base, I believe, white. Here I am again, like I said, sanding down to make the papers even with the blocks. And then I use my Cricut to cut out some letters. Did a N-O, not the O. The O is going to be a snowflake. The E and the L. And I made them a little smaller than the block itself, so you can see the big letters on there. And once that's done, I took one of the Dollar Tree snowflakes and painted it white and then added some glitter to it. Here now the base is dry. I'm painting with the white Waverly paint. And you don't have to worry about, covering up the seams as much because the letters that we did are going to stand right there in the middle. I'm using my heat gun to speed up the painting process. Okay, I'm taking some of that glitter off of the snowflake because it lost the detail of it. Now I'm using my glue gun to glue up these little sets of blocks to the base. And then on either side of the sign, I'm adding more of those little miniature trees from Dollar Tree. Depending on the word you use, you could make this base longer and you add the word believe or Mary or whatever you want. I just used Noel because I wanted a small sign to fit on my tiered tray. Here I drilled some holes to add the little trees to it. I took the bases off on this one. Then I'm using the faux snow from Dollar Tree, using some Mod Podge, and then just adding this faux snow on top. And then I let that dry a bit, and once it's dry I go over it with some more Mod Podge for it to not to flake off. Again, thank you for joining me. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Until next week, be brave, be strong, and create. Thanks again for joining me.